Well, hello everybody, Bart with Volair Sim. Today a short video highlighting some of the improvements and changes to the triple display stand version 2 that we recently re-released for the Volair Sim chassis. So what we have here obviously is the Volair Sim chassis with the avionics panel and the new triple display stand. The stand has mounted 42-inch diagonal displays. They're standard HD. They are connected to an RTX 2080 graphics card, and the fourth display that you see here is a standalone real SimGear GNS 530, and we've got the avionics panel with a standard 6-pack and some Logitech instruments. So let's get started and let me walk you through the display stand. First of all, as you can probably immediately notice, we have these support legs on left and right to help stabilize the stand, especially prevent the left and right displays from drooping due to the cantilever effect. The height of the monitors can be adjusted 10 inches in total, from about 39 inches as measured from the floor to the center of the display to up to 49 inches. So you've got 10 inches adjustments. And again, that's measured from the floor to the center of the display. If you walk behind the monitor, you will see some changes as well. Of course, the stand still is fully articulating, so you can form an angle from 0 degrees as measured from the center display all the way to 90 degrees, so like the U-shaped configuration. But you also have additional adjustability here with these brackets. We've redesigned them not only to provide more space for cables, especially if the display company has decided to put some connections right there where the bracket ought to be. That has been a problem in some of the displays that we've had seen over the years with the previous stand. So now you've got more open space, but also you have more micro adjustment options. You know, sometimes it can be tricky to align these monitors perfectly. So what we've done is we've went with these various thumb screws, so to allow you to change the angle, the rotation, and the distance of each of the displays, so you can get the perfect alignment. In addition, we've slotted these holes and added more VESA patterns. Now specifically we have 300 by 300, which exists on some of the large displays. I believe Samsung's uses that quite a bit. And lastly, I would say we've added comprehensive nut, bolt, and washer kit for each of the displays, so that depending on the screw size and the washer and space requirements, you don't have to run to the hardware store. You have 3 bags, 1 per monitor. Of course, the stand, it can be adjusted from as far as the distance from where you are seated, just like the older one. And we added more support on the legs here. You can see these legs can angle inward or outward to give you more space for your chassis, your rudder pedals, etc. The other thing that I will mention as a side note is this stand it was released earlier this fall, and coincidentally Microsoft has also made a significant change to Flight Sim 2020 by adding the multi-view option in the sim, meaning that you can now set up each monitor as its own independent view or camera, if you will, to simplify things, as opposed to being relegated to the surround, NVIDIA surround, which, as you remember, takes the 3 monitors and forms a virtual monitor out of the 3 displays, and it's got some drawbacks that I will not get into it right now. In fact, I will link below the description a link to a couple excellent videos that go in depth on this subject by Mr. Russ Barlow, who has done a lot of good explanations, including some math, trigonometry about field of views, proper distances, etc. as it pertains to the monitor configuration. Let me just basically say that with this multi-view option that is found in the Flight Sim 2020 in the experimental features, so if we look for experimental features in the sim, it's very easy to set up and watch Russ's video and you'll figure out how to do it in about 5 minutes. You now have basically the ability not only to form this good distortion-free view, but also doesn't seem like the frame rates are being impacted by much. I'm running about 26 frames with pretty high settings, everything pretty much cranked to ultra with the RTX 2080. So the frame rate impact from my experience has not been significant with this multi-view setup. So people that probably are familiar with X-Plane 11 know that that's been available for some time, but people that really want to use FX 2020 with multi-monitors, they were complaining, rightfully so, about the drawbacks of the NVIDIA surround. And I've done the video before about this setup with NVIDIA surround, so you'll see how it looks. But unfortunately, until about a month ago, that was not available. So now you can set it up, and coincidentally, we released a stand that supports larger monitors. And by the way, this stand also goes up to 50 inch in diagonals. So you can mount 3 50 inchers. The other one was maxed at 46. So that's another change that we've made. And basically how you mount this is you essentially slide this ears, we call it, or these U brackets outward from the center section. Of course, the leg will go with it to support it in the, you know, as it moves outward, and then you can mount larger displays as well. Everybody wants, you know, larger displays, so we try to accommodate that. I hope you found this video informative and answered most of your questions. If not, please feel free to reach us at Volair Sim. The email would be support@volairsim.com. Thank you for watching.